we had prayed and greeted. Maybe let me hand over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Apostle. Yeah, maybe to start with, you just do a small recap of our discussion over that we did in the last 2 weeks. Whereby, I don't know, can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, 2 weeks ago we dealt with how to build a startup that has growth potential, and in other words, which is a startup that is scalable. But after that discussion that we had last week, I got a number of questions in my inbox where people were saying, yes, you've been talking about how to grow a business, but we need to know how to start one. So if you allow me today, I'll start from the beginning, so that we can all catch up and be. So for today, particularly, we are going to deal with how to turn a business idea into a successful business, and also follow through the steps that are required to launch a business venture. Then we'll also look at the available legal business structure options. Then hopefully, if time permits, we'll look at how one can successfully run and promote a business.
Oh, good.
Yes, but before we proceed, I just want to clarify a few issues. To say, whilst the idea of starting a business seems very appealing, people need to understand that being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. Like we discussed in the last 2 weeks, to say that traits and skills and characteristics that successful entrepreneurs possess, and they set them apart. For example, successful entrepreneurs are good managers of money and resources. They understand how to use little in order to achieve much. Then they're also quick to identify opportunities where others see challenges and risk, like in our current environment where we are faced with COVID, and also in our country where we are faced with these economic challenges. For entrepreneurs, they will see opportunities in this kind of environment. And another characteristic is that they are willing to take risk, and they are also comfortable with uncertainty and change. Then also other traits of good, successful entrepreneurs are self-motivation, commitment, self-discipline, being ambitious, creative, and also being passionate about business.
Wonderful.
Yes, then we also need people to understand that very few people are born with these characteristics. And while these abilities come naturally for some people, the good news is that these characteristics can also be learned or developed through practice. Yes, so I would say people who desire to own their own businesses or to go into business, they should evaluate their abilities before embarking on that route. And once you have done this, you have evaluated your abilities, you will know that entrepreneurship is, if, say, you are generally afraid of change and you are better off in your comfort zone, then if you are like that, you know that entrepreneurship is not for you. And also, if you are somebody who procrastinates, say you make a lot of plans and you don't take action, going into business will be very difficult for you. Then also, if you're also afraid of risk, and you're also afraid of, you can't react or handle failure and disappointments. Because there's a saying that says, if you can't handle stress, then you cannot handle success.
Wow.
So being an entrepreneur is not easy. It can be stressful. It also can be very frustrating. But on the positive side, entrepreneurship is very rewarding and gives a level of flexibility and freedom of being your own boss. Yes, so my encouragement is that a person will need to step out in faith with the knowledge that it is God who gives power to get wealth. That's Deuteronomy 8, verse 18. So having said that, moving on to the business of the day.
Would you allow me? Would you allow me?
Yes,
Just to
Apostle.
mention one or two things that you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, you said one needs to have certain characteristics if they're going to enter into entrepreneurship. Like
Yes.
people enter in entrepreneurship, they're able to identify opportunities in crisis, they're willing to take risks,
Yes.
they're able to manage change, they're risk takers, they can handle change, they're self-motivated, they're innovators. You said to be an entrepreneur, you need commitment, creativity, and you must be passionate. You also
Yes.
said one needs to evaluate themselves before they enter in entrepreneurship. If you're afraid of change, if you can't handle failure or stress, it may not be for you, but it can be very rewarding. It gives you freedom. If you're one person who procrastinates, entrepreneurship is not for you. If you can't handle stress, because it can be frustrating. Thank you very much. This is
Yes.
very, very, very educating. You said these abilities can be learned, eh?
Yes, they can be learned and developed through practice. Yes,
Wonderful. Thank you
yes,
so
we
much.
do have a few people whereby these abilities come naturally to them. But for
Mm.
most people, yeah, you have to learn and develop them over time.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Manditeres. We are getting help. You are a wealthy of wisdom. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, moving on to the business of the day. Starting a business involves understanding and dealing with many issues, which ranges from legal issues, financing issues, sales and marketing, up to human resources issues, among others. So for today, we're going to look at 11 essential steps that one needs
11.
to take. Yes, 11
Okay.
essential steps that one needs to take in order to launch a successful and profitable business.
Okay.
Yes, so the first step that you will look at is research and find a business idea.
Okay.
Yes, there are two types of potential entrepreneurs that we have. Firstly, we've got those who have discovered a business idea, but
Mhm.
but are not sure about the process of launching a new venture. Then,
Okay.
secondly, we've got those who are determined to go into business,
Mm.
but they do not know or have an idea of what kind of business to go into. So, for
Mhm.
this second group, the starting point would be to decide on a perfect business idea.
Mhm.
Then, this can be done by asking yourself a few questions, and I'm going to run down a few questions that you can ask yourself.
Mm.
Yes, the first one being, what skills do you have?
Skills. Okay.
What skills do you have? So on this one, we'll be looking at things like hobbies or passion or the skills from your previous job or your current job. Then also your areas of specialization, and
Okay.
also maybe things, maybe your natural talent.
Mm.
Yeah, to say if you ask yourself, yeah, to say what skills do you have, this can help you to come up with a perfect business idea.
Mr. Manditeresa, yourself as a consultant, a
Mhm.
person wanting to venture in business can consult with you and you can help them evaluate themselves to say, this is for you or this is not for you.
Yes, yes, something that can be done. Yes.
I'm talking about people that are watching that may want to
Mhm.
take this further. They want to know how are they wired? Are they meant for entrepreneurship or not? Or maybe they don't have an idea, but they're determined to be in business. They can consult with you and you can skillfully assist them to make a niche for themselves.
Yeah, yes, we can assist.
Thank you
That's
very
that,
much.
that,
Please go
that,
ahead. Thank you.
that's correct. Okay. Then the second one is to say what need could you feel? Like we
Mm,
discussed last time, to say for a business to be successful, it needs to be solving a problem or filling
mm.
a need or offer something that potential customers are willing to pay, which is
Oh,
something that we call value proposition.
okay. Value
Yeah,
proposition.
value proposition, yes.
All right.
Then thirdly, you need to look at the resources that are at your disposal, because
Okay.
starting a business will need a significant investment in terms of resources, in terms of money. So you need to look at the resources that you have that can also influence the type of business that you can go into.
Okay.
Then there are also issues to do with we also need to look at other companies that are offering similar products or services. Existing players, but offer something better or something different. It's not
Okay.
always a case of entering into an industry where you'll be the first entrant. I can give an example. When you look at, maybe I'll just mention a few company names here. When you look at
Okay.
an organization like Nyarazo, to
All
say
right.
when they came through, they came through into funeral services market where there were other players like Doves and Moonlight and others, but they succeeded by offering something different and offering something better.
So you can offer something different and
And
something better.
something better.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant.
Then another issue to look at is what is the competition like? Then also the issues to say the products and services that you're offering, do they fit into that particular market?
All right.
Yes. So this whole step really is not meant to discourage one from starting a business, but this is meant to get somebody to think and to do proper planning.
Well done.
Yes. Then moving on to the second step, once you have decided what you want to do, you now have got a business idea. The second step is to test that idea with market research.
Test the idea.
Test the idea with market research.
Market research. All right.
Yes. So basically with market research, you'll be trying to see and to understand what your customers think.
Wow.
And it is a process that involves getting information about your customers and what they want and what they need. The type of information that you need from your customers or from the population are things like the age groups, things like incomes, interests, and anything that is relevant to your business. You really need to understand the type of customers that you'll be targeting.
Okay,
So
Mr.
again,
Mantere,
yes.
sorry to cut you again. I keep doing this for the benefit of those who are
Of the
watching.
listeners, yes, thank
Of the
you.
listeners, yes. Sometimes when we want to enter in business, we are busy wanting to do what I want, but you are really empowering us. And I want to thank you that it's not what I want to do or what I want to offer, it's what they need.
Yes, correct.
The populace. Thank you for that.
It's meeting the need in the market. So another thing to notice here is that market research will help you to reduce risk whilst your business is still a business idea. So once you've done your research, you'll be able to make the necessary changes before you launch your business.
Lovely.
So to get a good sense of your market, you need to answer the following questions. I'll just look at a few questions that one needs to answer. On demand, you need to answer the question, is there a desire for your product and services, which is exactly what you are. So
Okay.
then on the market side, you need to look at how many people would be interested in your offer or in the products and services that you are offering. Again, the market size, like we said last time, this really has got a bearing on the success of your business, because the market size should be big enough in order to sustain your business.
All right.
Then there are also economic indicators to look at, things like the income range, also the employment rates. Maybe if you're looking at a country, you look at how many people in the country are employed and how many people will be able to afford what you're offering.
Okay.
Then there's also the issue of location, to say where do your customers live and where can your business reach. But again, in this day and age, in this digital age, I think this one is no longer necessary, because I've seen that we've got businesses that from Zimbabwe, but be able to target customers worldwide. Then there's also the issue of market saturation, to say how many similar options are already available to customers.
Okay.
Then the issue of pricing, to say what do potential customers pay that are already in the market.
Okay. The saturation one, what was the word again?
Is to say, yeah, you'll be looking at your competition to say how many similar options, how many similar products, or how many products which are similar to what you are offering are already in the market.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically looking at your competition.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Then in order to do the market research, one can use already existing information. By existing, we're talking of, say, in terms of demographics or numbers. Say you want to target maybe certain regions in the country. Can use maybe statistical figures or from the previous census that have been done, then that can suffice. But where this is not possible, then you also need to do your own research through surveys. Then the findings of this research will again form part of your business. Yeah, once you've decided on the business idea and you've done the market research, the next step is to write a business plan.
Okay.
Yes, so a business plan is basically an outline that will guide your business from the startup phase, then eventually through to business growth. I don't know if you got this correctly. You say a business plan is an outline that will guide your business from startup phase through establishment, then eventually business growth.
So what we are busy doing, running businesses without anything written, would have broken business protocols.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, you can just, you're lost in the thick of things. There has to be a proper plan that you can follow through.
Oh, good.
Yes. Then there are two main types of business plans. I will just touch on this briefly. We've got a traditional business plan, which is a good option for those who are seeking financial support, whereby you need to use this, maybe to give this to your investors or to a financial institution. Yeah, basically this is it will be a long plan and also provide much information which is required by investors and banks.
Okay.
So this is the traditional business plan. Then if you are not seeking any financial support, you can just have a simple plan which just gives you clarity of your and what you want to achieve.
Lovely.
So this can be a simple plan, maybe just one-page document, just listing your goals and how you want to achieve them.
Okay. I believe one of these fine days you are going to teach us how to come up with these business goals.
With a business plan, yes, that can be done. So the process of running the business plan will lead you to, it will help, assist you to refine the initial idea into something that is clearer. So we're going to look at 10 key questions that you need to answer when going through the process of creating a business plan.
Thank you.
So for today, we are not going to go through the business plan, but I'll just touch on the questions that you need to ask yourself when creating one.
Okay.
The first one being, what does your business do? Yeah, basically this will be looking at the products and services that your business will be offering. So the first is, what does your business do? The products and the services that your business will be offering. Then the target market. Again, you'll be looking at the group of...
Sorry, I missed that one.
What is your target market?
Oh, okay. What is your target market?
Yes, this is the group of people whom your business is meant to serve. So once you've answered this question, you'll be able to create a product or a service or even market campaigns that will be able to meet the needs of your target. Then the thirdly is, who are your competitors? Again, like you mentioned last time, say you need to understand your competition from the onset.
So whatever you are doing, you must keep one eye open, just looking at the competitor out there to survive and to make it in these tough times.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, because there'll be a danger that will be that if you're not careful, you create a business model which is similar to an already established business, and that can be very, very difficult for a person.
Okay.
Then fourth is what is your unique value proposition?
Your uniqueness.
Yes. So again, here you'll be looking at your advantage or your unique selling point to say what will make your customers choose you over your competitors. So there has to be something unique about you, which again applies to the example that I gave earlier on of Nyarazo. To say what is unique about them that made customers to choose them versus the other players that were already on the market.
Lovely.
Yes, then another one is how will your customers find you?
Oh, good.
Yes, this again deals with the issues of your marketing strategies. How you are going to advertise your presence, if you'll be present online, maybe on social media or other advertising platforms, and also even things like what we discussed last time, even the word of mouth. So the issue is how will customers find you?
All right.
Then again,
Before
also
you passed that one, Mr. Manditeresa, yourself as an expert, which platform is best? Do you recommend where there is big populace for people who are starting business?
Yeah, again, it all depends with the nature of your business.
Okay.
I can give an example to say maybe for somebody who's into maybe what a boutique selling clothing. Yeah, if you've got that kind of business, maybe where you can sell more through pictures, you can consider even platforms like Instagram, your Facebook, and even WhatsApp. Another platform that you can consider is to have your own website.
Okay.
Yes, previously it used to be very expensive to get a website, but nowadays, you can easily do that.
Oh, brilliant.
Then another question to ask yourself, number 6 is what resources will you need? So by resources here, we'll be looking at things like your equipment, maybe office or factory space, your employees, and also things like that.
Oh, good.
So to come up with your business plan, you need to have a listing of all these to say what would be the equipment that you need and also what would be maybe your recurring expenses. Then you do the total cost of running your business.
When you do the total expense of running your business, what time frame do you put when you calculate? Do I do a yearly one, a monthly one, or a quarterly one? What do you recommend?
For the start, I was looking at the resources that you need in order to start a business, but thereafter you need to come up with cash flows and forecasts. Yes, these can be maybe for the next 12 months or going to 2-3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Then again, depending on how you wish to finance your business. If maybe you are looking for financial support, maybe from a bank, obviously they will need cash flows that goes maybe towards that are almost 12 months or to 36 months, depending on the repayment period that you are applying for. Yes. Then the question number 7 is how will your business make money? So here you'll be looking at the business model to say how will the business generate revenue and cover its expenses and eventually make more money to be profitable. So again, that's a discussion for another day, the business model.
That one is very critical, Mr. Manditeresa, the business model. Because I have seen people, they are in business, they're not making profit, they end up paying the business, carrying the burden of the business to the detriment maybe of other things in their life. I think it's an area that needs education a lot, how to make the business pay its own bills and be profitable.
Yes, correct, Apostle. Then moving on, the 8th question is how long will it take for you to make profit? Again, how long will it take for you to make profit?
Yeah.
Yes, again, here you need to create revenue focus that takes first to recover the initial investment, then you break even, then thereafter you run a profitable.
For the sake of those who are listening, I want you to clarify this one. It's possible that a person can be in business for months without having. A person can be in business, say for a year, and they've not yet started making profit, because one would have thought that the day you enter in business, you're already making profit. I need you to put some more flesh on this one.
Okay. Yeah. I think the first thing that you need to do when you are at this planning stage, to understand the business that you're going into, to say if you're injecting an X amount of money, then you calculate, you do your forecast now to say how long will it take you to recover that money that you have injected, and now thereafter you start making profit. Then by breaking even, yeah, we'll be talking about generating enough revenue to cover your expenses.
Zvanzina woman of God Varipanapa. There is a woman of God, Charity Charumuka Chikuni. She's an engineer and she does electricity big time. She's one big entrepreneur in the nation. And pane nyaya apo peku generate a profit up.
Yeah, so at this planning stage, really, we need to have all these things during your planning phase.
Okay.
Then again, at the same time, yeah, that's when you also come up with your financial projections, say for year 1, year 2, so that a proper plan for your business.
Okay. What tools should we use to do projections, Mr.
Mapan? Yeah. For this one, you can use basic tools like your Excel. But what's important now is to have an of your business, to say for the product that you're offering, or even services, to say how much or how many units you'll be able to specific time, and also having your pricing, then you can be able to project accordingly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all about information to do with the business.
Thank you.
Yes. Then the ninth question is what value will you never compromise? 44 nights ago, we discussed about the issue of values, which are beliefs, philosophies, and principles that drives one's business. So we need to put these core values on paper from the word go, from the beginning. So in terms of values, you'll be looking at things like, I've just run down a few values that I've seen companies following. Things like commitment to customers, issues of integrity, issues of honesty, fairness, accountability. Those are some of the values that we have seen around in other companies. So this needs to be laid down from the onset.
There's something here: commitment, integrity, fairness, teamwork.
There's honesty and accountability.
Good. All right. Thank you.
Then the last one is what is your end game? Your end game.
Oh, all right. Wow.
Yes. To say you have to consider where, you have to consider where you want to end up, and by when.
End up by when?
By when, yes.
Can you put some more flesh here?
I think it's an issue to do with your goals. To say, as you start your business, what really do you want to achieve? I can give you an example. We've got one typical example of one banker in Zimbabwe. We all know him, Nigel Janakira. When he established Kingdom Bank, yes, he used to say his plan was to list on Wall Street.
Wow.
So everything that they were doing, it was moving towards listing on Wall Street.
Well done.
So that's starting with the end game in mind.
Oh, okay. Having a target that you want to reach.
That you want to reach, yes. And also by when there has to be time frames to it.
Time frames, all right.
Yes, you need to give it time frame.
This is very informative.
Yes, then moving on to the fourth step. Once you've done all this, the first step will be to choose your business legal structure. To say how are you going to formalize and register your business.
Okay.
But again, as you do this, you have some form either a business expert or a lawyer to help you make an informed decision, because there are consequences depending on which business structure that you choose.
When we talk of business experts, we are talking of people like you, Mr. Reginald Teresa, that people should look for you and you give them some wisdom, some tips, some ideas. You hold their hands until they're ready to fly.
Yes, correct. Then you can also
tell us again your YouTube channel.
Oh, the YouTube channel is Fifth Row with Reggie.
Fifth Row with Reggie. I'm going to
Fifth
ask
Row
you
with Reggie.
I'm going to ask you with right at the end if you can type for us on the comment section.
On the comment section.
If somebody can type right now on the comment section. People were inboxing me, they were not properly do it, but I was giving them the correct with that information on comment section. It will help.
Okay, I think I've already done that. Fifth Row with Reggie.
Thank you. All right, Fifth Row with Reggie. So you were saying a business expert to help you formalize, or a legal person?
Yes, or legal person, a lawyer can make informed.
Oh, okay.
Yes, then I'm going to run down on the available business structures that we have in Zimbabwe. The sole proprietor or the sole trader.
Okay.
Yeah, basically this is the most basic business structure. No paperwork.
No paperwork.
So you simply own the business in your personal capacity. Yes, you can employ staff, but you ownership and control of the business.
Oh, okay.
Then the advantages of this step of business, make all the decisions. Then you keep all the profits. Then the business is easy. You don't share the profits with anyone. Then the business is very easy to set up. There are relatively few regulations that you need to comply with.
Okay.
But on the disadvantage side is that you will not be able to, you have to raise all the capital yourself. Right. Then you have also what they call unlimited liability.
Unlimited liability.
Yes, to say if you are a sole proprietor, say the business owes somebody money. If the business can't pay, then you as an individual, you need to pay up.
Oops.
I think I will explain this further as you look at maybe the companies.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, then even as a sole trader, they also still you need to register with your ZIMRA, get things like tax clearance. Then you also need to still get the business licenses, things like shop license, liquor license, city health licenses from all the regulatory authorities.
I'll ask you to name these licenses again. I got all the three: the liquor one, the ZIMRA one, the city council one.
Yeah, it's mostly to do with the ZIMRA and also which is the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, and also the city council, whereby they will, depending on the nature of your business, they will need shop license, they will need city health certificates and all such other licenses.
All right.
Yes. Then this second business structure is that of partnership. To say if you're going to business with maybe one or more other people, you can decide to form a partnership. Then a partnership is basically more or less similar to a sole trader.
Okay.
Whereby all the partners will share the responsibility of managing the business.
All right.
Then again, liabilities of the business will be shared personally amongst the partnerships. To say if the partnerships maybe owes somebody, then all the partners are equally liable. They have to pay up.
All right.
There's no requirement for formal registration for partnerships. But again, in order to avoid disputes, it is advisable to always have a written agreement, which is what they call the deed of partnership.
Deed of partnership.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this can work well maybe in future in terms of disputes. You can always revert back to that agreement.
All right.
Then the advantages of a partnership now as compared to a sole trader is that you will have a big investment into the business, as 2 or 3 people can join hands and pool resources together. So it means you've got more money to inject into the business. Then again, work is also shared. Then the business will be able to continue. There's also continuation of business. Say if one partner dies or one partner is unavailable, then if the other partners are there, then the business will be able to continue. Unlike for a sole trader, to say the business is simply dependent on the individual. If he's not there, then there is no business.
Oh, okay.
Then the disadvantage, of course, is that we have to share the profits.
That's a big disadvantage.
and again, disagreements may also occur. And again, there is also the unlimited liability. To say all the debts of the business have to be borne by the partners.
Okay, noted.
Yes. Then thirdly, the third structure is that of cooperatives.
Cooperative.
Cooperatives, yeah, cooperatives chaiwa cooperatives. Yes. A cooperative is a business organization which is owned and operated by a group of individuals for mutual benefit. So in a cooperative, most members should have a close association with the enterprise, either as producers or as customers of the products or services.
Okay.
And again, cooperatives, they're governed by, there's an act which governs cooperatives, which is called Cooperative Societies Act. So all the cooperatives, they need to be registered under that act. And also, they also need to comply with all local bylaws, like your city council license that I was talking about earlier. Then the fourth structure, that of companies, which is the most common.
Companies, all right.
Yes, and the reason why most people prefer to form a company is for the principle of limited liability, which I spoke about earlier. To say for all these other business structures, there's unlimited liability, but for the company, there's limited ability. By limited liability, what we mean is that, say if a company has got a debt, it's only the company and its assets which is supposed to pay that money. Liability of the business ends on the business itself. It doesn't go to the owners of the business.
Brilliant.
Yes, but instances where the owners will be called upon to pay, maybe in the event that there's been fraud or improper conduct, then again the owners will be able to will be called upon to honor the debts of a company.
Okay.
So basically, companies is a legal persona, meaning that it is it can sue or be sued in its individual capacity.
Okay.
So it's more like a person,
Lovely.
Yes, then there are 2 types of companies, which is the private company and also the public company.
All right.
Yeah, I will not go much into detail about this. Then again, for the companies, they are also governed by in Zimbabwe by the Companies Act.
Okay.
Yeah, the major disadvantage of companies is that the cost of registrations, yes, can be high. And also, there are also other requirements to submit returns, and also maintain records, and also ensure that the company is legally constituted at all times.
Submit
So the
return.
difference really is that there are more requirements when it gets to companies.
Okay.
Yes. Then there's a fifth one, which is called the Private Business Corporation, which is PBC. Again, this is similar to your normal company, but it has got less complicated requirements.
All right.
It still has got limited. It can sue and be sued, and it's also accepted by most institutions and organizations.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so basically what one needs to do is to weigh your options, then you decide on the most appropriate structure for your business.
But in your capacity as a business guru and expert, which one is the one that you recommend the most? Which one seems to be the best option for a person going into business?
Yeah, I think the best option would be the private limited company.
Private limited company. Okay.
Yes, it has got more advantages. Then maybe another issue which I didn't mention is that of bidding maybe for tenders. To say you are bidding for private tenders. Usually government and most private companies, they will need to deal with private companies rather than dealing with partnerships or dealing with sole traders. So
All
that's
right.
another advantage of being registered as a company.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Then moving on to the fifth step, the fifth step will be pick and register your. So after you've decided on the legal structure of your business, this next step is to register the business. So the first step is to choose your business name. And again, a business name should be something that communicates what services you offer. It should be something that is easy to remember and also unique.
Oh, good.
Yes, because your customers should be able to associate your business name with your products or the value that the products give them.
Oh, okay.
So when coming up with this, there are things that you should just keep up in mind. Things be descriptive and it should not be too general. You should keep it simple. It should not be long or complicated. One should not copy your competitors. You should not choose a name. You should not choose a name which is similar to other businesses in your industry.
Okay.
Then people should also avoid using their own names.
All right.
Yeah, you have seen that this becomes a problem, especially in the event that you now want to sell the business. If the business is your name, then at that stage it means they will need to rebrand and come up with another name.
Oh, okay.
Then again, the name should be scalable. To say the business should be able to grow with the name. I can give you an example. To say if you want to establish a business or maybe which is called Harare Parts, say you're selling motor vehicle spares and you say Harare Parts, then it becomes a challenge. Now, if you want to open other branches, maybe in Gweru, in Bulawayo, to say you can't have an Harare Parts in Bulawayo.
You have limited yourself by your name.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the name that one chooses should be able to encompass your growth plans.
All right.
Then for the registration process, I will not delve much into that. But once you have registered, the registration process has to do with you go through the process of your namesake, the registrar of companies, submission of memorandum and articles of association, your CR6, CR14. You will not delve much into that. But once you have registered, then the company gets. certificate of incorporation. And again, this registration process is usually a process that can take maybe 6 to 14 working days. So in 2 weeks, yeah, you should be able to have your business registered.
Brilliant.
Step 6, which is apply for licenses and permits. So after the registration process, yes, then there are the statutory requirements that are required. First, which is the ZIMRA that you talked about, where you need to register with the ZIMRA and also comply with the obligation of paying taxes. Because the issue is that once you are operating a business in Zimbabwe or any other country, then you have got an obligation to pay tax. You have to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Give to Caesar, belong to Caesar. Yes, it's biblical to pay your taxes. That's
yes. Then in addition to, then the Zimbabwean government, city councils and other bodies, they also require you to have the licenses which we spoke about. Yes. Then once all this is done, then we move on to step 7, which is your business, which is the most interesting one.
Oh, powerful.
Obtaining funding for your business.
Yes.
Yeah, so the issue is that at some point, a business will need to deal with either the startup funds, or at some point you need to deal with short-term cash flow challenges, or also to fund your growth.
Yes, fine.
So there are 2 options that a business can use to fund itself, which is there's what we call debt financing and also equity financing. So those are the 2 funding options. Okay. So with debt financing, it's whereby an entrepreneur receives funding and the principal amount plus agreed interest of it. All right. So this is really chikweret. Okay. But the benefit of debt now is that you retain control and ownership of a business. Lovely. You simply get a loan, then you pay it up at the agreed time. Then the second option is that of equity financing. Equity financing is where you surrender a portion of your company, or where you issue a certain number of your shares in exchange for the money that you have received. So what it means that you lose control of your company to the investor. Oh, okay. So there's need of choosing the best funding option which suits your business model, and also you should be able to reduce the cost of financing. Oh, okay. Yeah, then maybe let's quickly review in detail these financing options. So the first one is self-financing. To say not all businesses would need external financing. So depending on your business model, you can self-finance, whereby maybe you finance your business from your savings, or things like credit cards or pay as you go. Say you are a salaried employee, you're working somewhere and you are establishing a business maybe on a part-time basis. So you can finance it yourself that way. Then the second one is that of being your family and friends, whereby your family and friends will be willing to invest in your business. However, this type of financing brings with itself a set of challenges. So it is more advisable to say, if you are taking this route, then you have to keep it professional, and where necessary, you can have a contractual agreement. Yeah, so that it won't be a problem in future. Then the most common one is the bank loan, whereby you simply get a bank loan that you pay over a period of time plus interest. Okay. Then there are also...
Sorry, Mr. Teresa. For people listening in the kind of environment we are in economically as a nation, are our banks still giving loans?
Yes, I can say, yeah, banks are still giving loan, but the issue really might be on the value itself.
Okay.
Yeah, to say how much can you get, and can you be able to finance whatever you want to finance with that. But there are other options that one can considers even besides the bank loan.
All right.
Yes, then the next one is that of angel investors, whereby you can go to successful individuals or entrepreneurs who are willing to invest in your startup, maybe for their own income, or maybe as giving back to other entrepreneurs with their resources and their expertise. But in exchange of this financing now, you give equity, or you give a certain number of shares of your business to these angel investors.
Oh, okay.
So what
Angel.
it means is angel investor.
All right.
Yes. So what it means is that you lose a certain degree of control of your company to the investor.
Oh, okay.
And this is more linked to what they call venture capital. I'm sure most viewers have are well aware of venture capital companies.
Okay.
Yes, these are highly organized and established firms that provide early stage funding. What they do, they will give you the money, but they will come in maybe as major shareholders for some time. Maybe they exit after maybe 5 or 10 years.
Okay. So this is a business on its own, Mr. Teresa, that if you've got capital, you can be going around.
Yes, you can be going around financing other businesses. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, then that's it on financing. Then the next step, which is step number 8, is that of assembling your team. Okay. Yeah, to say that starting a new business needs more than just a great business idea. So you need to have the right people so that you bring that business to life.
All right.
So yeah, you know that the success of an organization really will depend on the team that you'll be able to create from the onset.
Oh, okay.
And again, the team does not necessarily have to be made up of full timers. You can have consultants, which are freelancers, consultants, and even contractors, just to manage costs initially. Then as the business grows, then you can go get more people who can be working for you on a full-time basis.
Thank you for that.
So again, when you go through this process of building up your team, you again need to focus on your strengths and your weaknesses.
Okay.
Yeah, to say if you know you've got a weakness in a certain area, then it would be good to get somebody who has got a strength in that area. Then that way, yeah, you'll be able to move the business forward.
Well done. If you are not good with admin, you must get a strong administrator.
A strong admin,
If you are
yes.
weak in accounts or bookkeeping, you must get a strong bookkeeper.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, then again, the issues of your team culture, yeah, where you need to define your team culture from from the beginning.
Okay.
Then there's also team culture. Then there's also the issue of networking. Yeah, to say when you network, in most cases, yeah, it will be easier to build a team from your from the people you network with. Then yeah, just rushing down, moving on to step number 9, which is setting up your business location. Once you've done all this, then the next thing is to set up the business location.
Business location. Okay.
Yes. Then there are things that you need to look at once you for you to establish a good location.
All right.
Then again, for this one, I think there are two types of businesses. To say another business might be an online business whereby you do not need a storefront, or you do not need a shop. So in such a case, you can focus maybe on your social media platforms or even building a website for yourself.
Okay.
Then you can work maybe from a home office or a co-working space instead of renting or buying office space.
All right.
Then again, if your business needs a brick and mortar location, yeah, then there are issues that one needs to consider.
All right.
So one needs to find a good location. Then you negotiate your leases, you buy the inventory, get the phones, internet, and everything installed. Then again, the location that one chooses will also dictate the type of customers that you attract. Yeah, they need to also determine how long it will take for you to grow the business. Then some people can argue that a great location does not necessarily guarantee your success, but a bad location can also contribute to your failure.
All right.
So again, when choosing this location now, there are things that one needs to look at, which are things like price, to say, can you realistically afford to be there? Can you really afford the rent house?
Okay.
Because again, this is something that can choke the business in its early months or even early years.
Oh, okay.
Then there's also the issue of visibility, to say, will people be able to find you easily?
All right.
Then again, that determines whether you'd want to be in the center of town. And also, how the location can affect you. Then there are also issues to consider, which is issues like access to parking or even public transport. Again, all this is determined by the nature of your business.
All right.
Then also the distribution of competitors, to say how many competitors are close to you. Yeah, but if you are going into a location where there are many competitors, yes, that can be positive or negative for your business. I can give you an example. To say you want to establish a motor vehicle spares shop, and you go into Kaguvi Street in Harare. Yes, we all know that if you are looking for space, that's where you go. That can be good for you, for your business, because it will attract the right customers for you. But again, you might find it very difficult to survive the competition in such a location. So you need to weigh the two.
Oh, good. Okay.
Then there's also the issue of maybe government and local authorities rules and regulations. Yeah, to say the nature of business that you want to establish, is it allowed for that particular area? Right. There are issues of noise and air pollution, maybe close to residential areas. That can be a challenge.
Okay.
Then there are also issues like your store layout, your design and display of products, how this will influence the overall atmosphere of the store and what products people see and buy.
All right. Mr. Mantiteres, there's a businesswoman here, a woman of God, Charity Charumuka Chikuni. She's saying powerful. There's Dr. Mandy here. She's saying making money makes sense. Yeah, I'm just giving you feedback. People are watching and people are very interested and people are learning. Some are not saying anything because people are busy writing all the notes. You have taken us in a university in one sitting. And I salute you for that.
Oh, thank you, Apostle.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just about just winding up. Maybe moving on to step 10, which is learn how to manage your finance.
Wow.
Yeah, so the issue that once you've done all this, then the next issue is about knowing how to manage your finances. I think the first thing that you should do is to set up the basic accounting documents. To say you need to maintain accounting records of your business. Yeah, whereby you maintain your records of all the things maybe the cost of your purchases. So this is basically tracking your revenue, your expenses. Then through that, you can easily weigh and see if your business is profitable.
All right.
If you know you've bought something maybe for $10, you've managed to sell it for 15, then you know there's a markup or a margin of $5. So you need all these to have all these records in place. These same documents is also what you use to calculate and pay your taxes. And they can also be helpful. Say in the event you want to apply for a loan from a bank, maybe to grow your business, they will need to see your financials, how your business has been performing.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, then again, if the business can afford it, there are also issues of maybe getting a business in accounting software. There are off-the-shelf packages like Pastel Accounting, QuickBooks that a business can be able to buy off the shelf and use to maintain these accounting records.
Okay. Lovely.
Then, like you highlighted earlier, yes, there's also an issue that maybe if you don't have strength in accounting, it might be good to hire a bookkeeper. This can be maybe on a full-time or even on a part-time basis to just make sure that your records are in place. But it's also necessary for entrepreneurs to have a basic understanding of accounting, so that at least you understand the goings on in your business.
Oh, okay.
Then there's also the need to keep up to pay your business tax obligations and also meet all the statutory obligations.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because if you're operating a business and you are not paying your taxes and all the other statutory obligations, there are
consequences.
Yeah, there are consequences to this. You can even face criminal charges.
Okay.
Yes. Then lastly is to run and promote your business.
Okay.
Because once you have done all this, then you can declare yourself open for business. Then from there, you now follow all the things that you've written in your business plan. Just ensure that everything goes according to your plan. Then the next thing will be to decide on your channels of on how you are going to promote your business.
Okay.
And maybe drive customers to your business and get the ball rolling. So I think for today, this has been a long one. We can we can end here.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My goodness, my goodness. I'm short of words. This is awesome. This is a university in its own. Esnat Chinembiri says, powerful, we are learning. Maybe as we are wrapping off, before I let you go, let me just ask all those who are watching just to write something, just a comment there before we release Mr. Manditeresa. This has been very awesome, very educative, very inspiring, very empowering. Myself and all those who were listening and watching, we feel very empowered to take the bull by its horns. We must thank you, Mr. Manditeresa, a business expert in academia. We have really learned a lot. And then a movement of God, advertising. He spoke about advertising last week, and I think in one of the, as we will continue one of the programs, he may just talk on advertising only, business model only. Today he was doing quite a, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Manteres.
Oh, thank you, Apostle.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are you available next week?
Yes, sure. We can continue on another interesting topic.
Okay. Do you have a suggestion on what we want, or we can talk offline? What we can continue to talk about next week, Saturday?
Yeah, maybe we can also request from the viewers, yeah, to just write down in the comment section what they
Okay.
would, what they would want us to discuss. Then if not, I can pick up on something.
Oh, brilliant. Esnat Chinembiri is saying empowered and enlightened. Thank you, Apostle, for arranging. Thank you, Esnat. We extend our thanks to Mr. Reginald Mandi Teresa. Dr. Blandi Okamandi says, thank you, Mr. Mandi. Thank you, Apostle. And the Mr. Mandi Teresa, thank you for teaching Tadzidza. This is the woman of God. Praise God. Wow.
Thank you.
We thank God. We thank you so much. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to use you more. We hope next week our network will be behaving much better.
Oh yes, sure.
Yeah. We lost some viewers when we were in and out, trying to navigate around the network. Thank you, Mr. Mandy Teresa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Apostle. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you indeed. Our regards to your beautiful wife and children. Thank you. Thank them for us for releasing you.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. Again, it's a fifth row with Reggie on
It's fifth
YouTube
row.
channel.
Yes, fifth row with Reggie on YouTube, with the YouTube channel.
Oh, beautiful. For those who may want to consult with you, how do they get in touch with you?
I'll just put my details in the comment section.
Thank you, Mr. Mantelesa. God bless you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, then. Thank you, viewers.
Next week is Saturday again, 8 p.m. Same place. God bless you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Bye
Good
for
night.
now.